Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Intuitive Angling. Much appreciated you guys making some time of your day to watch the video. Today I'm going to talk about one of the hottest new things in bass fishing, especially for this time of year, and that's finesse glide baits. And most people don't think about glide baits being finesse presentation, but I'm going to show you guys one that is definitely, and it will get you a lot of bites and get you some quality bites as well. And if you guys are interested in getting any of these glide baits, I'll include the Baitworks link in the description. You guys can order them there, and that's a good way to support the channel. And sorry about my hoarse voice. I'm getting over some crud here, so got a little bit of hoarseness to the voice today. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go over what is the typical glide bait size. This is like the Megabass 262T. You guys have seen us talk about this before. This is a 12-inch long glide bait, which is sort of that 8 to 12 a 12-inch long glide bait, and that 8 to 12-inch size is pretty much standard in the glide bait community. That's sort of where it went about. But the one I want to talk about today and give you guys some tips and advice on it is the Megabass 135 glide bait. This is sort of a sister, a baby brother or something of the 262T, and I'm going to show you guys the difference in the size here. This is about 12 inches long. This one's about 4.5 inches long. So guys, there's other varieties beside the Megabass here, but this is the finesse glide bait right here. This is the same basic profile. You have the same configurations, jointed body, fish head design. The bait darts the side like that when you work it, just like the large one like that. And the whole purpose of the finesse glide bait is simply to get more bites with it, because glide bait fishing traditionally, it's strictly a big bass technique. You can get a lot of fish that are interested in it, and a lot of fish will follow it. Like, you can throw the 262T, and if you get, say, in a day's fishing, if you get 10 fish to follow this thing, maybe 1 or 2 of them will hit the thing. But with the 135, the finesse ones, if you get 10 bites on it, most of the time you're going to catch all 10 of those fish, simply because they can just get the bait. It doesn't, spook them as much. They're a little bit more aggressive on it. But guys, just tell me that thing doesn't look good. That is like a fishy looking little dude, 4.5 inches long. So it's a couple of different things as far as when you want to fish this. This is the time of year you want to fish it. When the water temperature is between, say, 55 and 70 degrees, that is the best time of year to fish a glide bait. There's 2 different windows for glide baits. There's the spring window, like right around just before, during the spawn, and just after the spawn. And there's also a window in the fall time of the year when the water temperatures start to drop. My favorite time is right now to fish it. So what you want to look for with these things is basically there's 2 different ways to fish them. You can fish them in the staging areas, or you can fish them in the spawning areas. If your water temperatures are under 60 degrees or over, say, 65 degrees after the fish have spawned, concentrate on the main and secondary points. Basically just fan cast this thing across the points, depending upon your water clarity. I usually key it in on like 3 to 20 foot deep, depending upon how clear the water is. If you have a clear water lake that has like over 6 foot of visibility, those fish can be out off the deeper end of the points. They'll come up on it suspended, they'll come up off the bottom. And the conditions you want for this thing that I found best are some type of a moderate wind and some type of a moderate overcast. Like a heavy, partly cloudy to cloudy day is when I do the best on this thing in the clear water situations. You can also take this thing when the bass are spawning and get into those same spawning coves, the same places that you're fishing, like the wacky rigs or shaky heads or tubes for bass that are bedding or cruising. And you can take the small finesse glide bait and fan cast it through those bedding areas. The fish will come off the bed and hit these things. And also, it's a great way to catch the cruisers. It's a great way to catch the fry garters. It's just a killer bait this time of year. So most of the time, even though this bait is considered a finesse model, I like to throw it on fairly heavy tackle. I'll throw it on like a 7 foot 2 inch Megabass perfect pitch, usually 15 to 20 pound test Seaguar and VizX fluorocarbon line. Basically just throw it out there and just work like a jerk bait. A lot of guys just fish it like that, reeling it straight, which it comes in like that. But I like to fish it just like a jerk bait. Twitch it aside, let it pause, twitch it to the side, and it'll sort of glide like that. Twitch it to the side, it'll glide. and it will pull fish from a long way away. So anyway, guys, if you guys have not tried Finesse glide baits and you've gotten scared away by the big glide baits, they're available out there. Like I said, get them at Baitworks here in Springfield, Missouri. Link in the description. There's other companies that make them. This is the Mega Bass model that I prefer. And it's just a great way to just catch quality fish. I mean, these things will catch big fish. Even the smaller ones will catch 8 and 10 pounders. So give them a try. It's a good bait to add into your arsenal. It's situational. When you get in the right situations, they're going to produce. But like with any large bait like that, there's windows that are better than others, and you sort of have to experiment with them to find that window. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in. Please hit that subscribe button, and we'll talk later.